I think the world is yet to know my style. Yes, Coco Gauff is now the latest WTA star to exit the Australian Open, having lost her quarterfinals with Paulo Badosa. Coco Gauff won her 5 matches of the season, but her dream run has now been ended at the Australian Open by 11 seed Badosa. WTA three-time champion, you could say WTA number 3. Coco Gauff, the 3rd seed in the Melbourne, lost 7-5, 6-4 to the 27-year-old Spaniard at the Road Lava Arena. Coco Gauff is trying to appreciate her career, but the 20-year-old may just leave the Australian Open knowing success was a real possibility. The American clinched the WTA final at the end of last season before shining for the USA as they won the United Cup at the start of the season. Moving on still, she can be proud of her efforts, with Gauff receiving a heartfelt message from Badosa shortly after that match. Let me talk about Badosa Paulo, what she said. It's always a pleasure to share the court with you. The Spaniard wrote this on her Instagram story, and she said, I really admire you and you are a true champion. For many more battles, Coco Gauff shared the message on her Instagram story as well and responded in kind gesture saying, thank you, you are a great competitor and even better person. Good luck to the rest of the way. Now let's quickly talk about tennis again. Still in tennis, I am grateful he's here. Djokovic hails coach Andy Murray. Novak Djokovic emotions poured out after securing an Australian Open quarterfinal victory over Carlos Alcaraz that made a mockery of prediction, logic and expectation with so much joy and relief. Djokovic turned straight to his Andy Murray coach and buried his head in the Britain's chest. We'll bring it out so you see. That's like emotional one for me. But the celebration between the rivals turned colleagues came following the biggest success of Murray's shock first coaching job. And Djokovic has come to say it was a kind of a gesture of appreciation and respect for him for the fact that he's out here and he doesn't need to be. Who was born a week after Murray in May 1987. He said, he accepted to work with me. He's giving all of his support to me, to the whole of the team, and trying to make it work. When 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic announced in November that he was employing the recently retired Andy Murray as his new coach, it felt like a prank, but there is nothing more serious for both men than winning in the match. We'll bring you that one where you see, Andy Murray and Djokovic so emotional. All Djokovic did was just to rest his head on his chest, and that's so nice to see. But Murray has regularly caught a tense figure during Djokovic's run at the Melbourne Park, appearing deep in a thought about how he can help the 7th seed land a record of 25th Grand Slam title. His relief at the Serb, edging past Alcaraz 21, showed with a heavy exhale of breath. Then came the moment when Novak Djokovic, who had battled through an upper left leg injury to beat Spaniard 3rd seed Alcaraz, trudged over a hog in his first pumping coach. You know why I'm liking Djokovic? I'm liking Djokovic because he's a living legend. He's a 7th international. And at this point, he's working with Andy Murray. That's why he said it's a huge win for all of us, including Andy Murray and myself, for the relationship. That's why I went for him, because I felt very grateful he is here. After seeing his playing career disseminated by a hip injury, talking about the 3-time major champion Andy Murray, finally he decided to call it a quit. And last year, following the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, the morning after the match of his career, the Scot seemed genuine when he said he had no firm idea of wanting to be on the court next. But Andy Murray, with Djokovic, revealed he had an unexpected conversation. See, I'm liking the whole story because Djokovic have decided to make it right. So for me, it's absolutely real record now, it's real. And Djokovic, Andy Murray. Andy Murray is a 3-time champion. 1987 when he was born. So a week later, Djokovic was born. And now he's now the coach of Djokovic. So Andy Murray, like he said, I am not thinking of going to the coaching job, but I'm just doing this because I love to work with Djokovic. And nice employment for me. Djokovic chose the right path in this very one. Many thanks for joining us this morning on the Voice of the People TV. My name is Kizike. Yes, I have Henry from the Netherlands joining me this morning to talk this through. We start up aside of good news for Paulo Badosa and then Djokovic getting that triumph. Let's talk about AFCON. Very close, December 2025. It starts and then ends for January 2026. Ahead of the 25 Africa Cup of Nations draw, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will discover their group opponent in Rabat. It means we don't know Nigeria don't know who they play next. The capital of Morocco is where Rabat is, and the Confederation of African Football CAF announced on Tuesday that Rabat will host the draw. The tournament will feature 6 groups, each with 4 points. 4 games, 4 teams. The top 2 teams from each group, along with 4 best third-place teams, will progress to the round of 16 along with the draw. Participating nations will also have the chance to evaluate match venues, training facilities, and hotel accommodations in Morocco in preparation for the competition. The draw is scheduled for January 27th, while the tournament itself, for those asking questions who want to know when the Nations Cup comes, would be for December 21, 2025 to January 18, 2026. So that's a month tournament, and that's for the AFCON. What side will win it, we don't know. But it's about Morocco bringing all African countries to the world, bringing them together as one to see that the tournament goes on well. Good morning, Henry. Welcome to the show. This is the Sports Republic show. Good morning. Great to have you. How are you doing?
Good morning, Kizzy. Good morning, Nigerians. I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Yes, welcome again, Henry. Yes, let's start off with the AFCON. You just heard me say the AFCON draw will be very soon, and the Nations Cup starts for December 21, 2025 to January 18, 2026. As a Nigerian that you are in the Netherlands, let me ask you this question. We are big, I know. Super Eagles, big quality players. I know we've got lost stars. Ademola Lookman, he scored yesterday. We'll talk about the Champions League. Osimhen scored for Galatasaray, even though they got a draw against Dynamo Kyiv of the Ukrainian side at home in Turkey. But let's talk about Nigeria, which remains our priority at this point. Is there any nation you are thinking you don't want to be paired in Nigeria?
Probably the host Morocco. I think for me to be Morocco. To be honest, the Moroccan side or the Egyptian side, those are the worst teams that we could meet because I feel like if we meet any of them, there's a big chance that we would lose. However, Kizzy, however, with the stars we've got, there is no need for us to fear. That's what I always say. Nigeria has all it takes to be the champions of Africa. And you know what? Kudos to Morocco. Now it's all eyes on Morocco. All roads lead to Rabat. So let's watch and see what happens on the 27th to see
So,
what group we get put in
so
in
Henry,
our
if,
group.
if I
But
get
for me, I would like to avoid the likes of Egypt or
okay,
Morocco.
I was going to ask you that the likes of what?
Of Egypt or Morocco.
Egypt or Morocco, just on the group stage. So you want to meet them when you get higher, right?
When we get to the final.
When, you, when we get to the final. Okay, let's move on now. The World Cup qualifier is very close. This is January, and we have February, and we have March very soon. Ahead of the 26 World Cup qualifiers in March against the Super Eagles, the Amavubi of Rwanda would be without their key defender, Emmanuel Banishinwe Magwende, as per update from Rwanda. Magwende sustained an injury with the Cyprus club side AL Limassol, and has revealed that the Rwanda would be without their key player before he recovers for that injury. Rwanda will also host 3-time African champions Nigeria in the next round of qualifier in March, with the Super Eagles in another must-win tie against the Brave Warriors of Zimbabwe at home in Uyo, also in March. So we have 2 games to be played in March. But Makwende is injured. I don't know. He's a Rwanda player, Henry. I don't know. Normally, I'm not supposed to be scared. Nigerians should not be scared about if he's available or not because we are bigger. No disrespect to the Rwanda people, but I'm saying we go to play in Kigali. Should we be celebrating a man's submission in a team?
Football fan, as a football analyst, we are never happy when a player is injured.
Right.
Yeah. But what we see here is we have a must-win game for the Super Eagles.
Okay.
Like the remaining games for the World Cup qualifiers are must-win, and with the absence of Emmanuel in the Rwandan team, because he's a key anchor
Yeah.
for the Rwandan defense. Um, this injury, what it does is that it weakens the stability in their defense, which is something that we are hoping that the Super Eagles will be able to exploit, Um, but seeing that we are already in the fifth place, we are already in the fifth place. So as going to Kigali, there are no, we cannot take chances. We cannot take chances. So yeah, it's good that it's good that he's out of the team. Yeah, yeah. We don't, like I said, we don't celebrate when a player is injured. But for the Super Eagles, with the likes of Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, look at what they are doing in Europe. If they can replicate that against Rwanda in March, yeah, we will see what will happen because I feel like we can beat them.
We can beat them. All you need to do is just to be believing and hoping and being optimistic. As a Nigerian, I expect you to say we can beat them. But it would interest you to know that the more and how we are getting prepared for this very big one, they are also not sleeping either. So let's get that to our heads. Quickly, let's talk about Gernot Rohr. There's a brave decision out here. Gernot Rohr, the former Nigerian coach, the experienced German coach, has expressed his support for newly appointed Super Eagles coach Eric Chelle, emphasizing the challenges ahead of the Nigerian strive to qualify for the FIFA World Cup. But in a congratulatory message, the Franco-Malian manager, Gernot Rohr, also said he's happy that that man got on that job. He acknowledged the doubting task that awaits Eric in light of the Super Eagles' current standing on the World Cup 2026 qualification process. But where he'll be facing a whole tough opponent. Everybody knows Nigeria want to be at the World Cup. USA, Canada, Mexico. Well, quoting Gernot Rohr on the show, he said, I know Eric Chelle very well. I know he's now with the Nigerian team, and I wish him good luck. At present, the Super Eagles find themselves fifth place in their World Cup qualifying group, having managed only 3 points from their first 4 matches in the Group C. The throw behind throw of teams South Africa, Rwanda, Lesotho, Benin Republic also in that very one. And Henry Rohr also have said a lot, but you need to know he previously guided Nigeria to the last World Cup appearance in Russia 2018. Still believes that the Super Eagles retain a fighting chance for the sport in the World Cup. He noted qualifying for the World Cup will certainly not be an easy feat for Chelle. Nevertheless, all things considered, everything remains possible. And Eric Chelle, you need to know, expressed his readiness to lead the Nigerian team to find talented players and give all he sees that we can get. But he said, personally, I'm looking forward to the AFCON draw taking place next Monday, and I plan to be there in Rabat by Sunday. This coach is ready, right? This coach,
That is what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like he knows the challenges ahead. So I hope the way it sounds is the way we are going to see it on the pitch. Because, see, to talk no hard though. To talk no hard. Now the action, I will want to see. That's why we say action speaks louder than voice.
Yeah.
So it's good that he's saying it how it is. Yeah. He's saying that it is ready. He's going to be in Rabat to witness the draw and everything. But for us, what we want to see is that when we play in March, we want to see that all this talk, all this action that he's been going to visit Super Eagles team B, is going to visit our players in their respective clubs to watch them play. We are hoping that it will translate into victory. It will translate into him putting together a well-oiled machine. And regarding Gernot Rohr's comments, what you see is that if you look at it properly, what it does is that it underlines the tough task that Chelle is going to face as the Super Eagles manager. Because, Gernot Rohr is speaking from the experience of managing the Super Eagles. He knows what it is to manage the Super Eagles.
Right.
You see that, Kizzy, one of the things that his comments reveal is he believes that we have the talents, we have the team, and he's just trying to encourage this new manager. So I like that. And you can see, that even before now, he's one of our previous managers who will go to watch the Super Eagles play. So this guy supports the Super Eagles 100%. And I feel like it's a confidence booster for the new manager as well. It's a confidence booster to see that someone who is previous, because Ekizi, one of the things about us Nigerians is that we are always we go criticize NFF anyhow.
Yeah.
When they do wrong, we call them out. But it's good to see that there's an old manager who is encouraging him, telling him that you can do this with this set of talents that you have.
Okay, so Henry, let me hold you with that very well. When we return, we need to go on a very quick break. When we return, the show continues. Please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Name of football players from A to Z. A.
Ademola Lookman, Atlanta.
B.
Badiashile, Chelsea.
C.
Cole Palmer, Chelsea.
D.
Declan Rice, Arsenal.
E.
Eddie Militao, Real Madrid.
F.
Federico Valverde, Real Madrid.
G.
Gavi, Barcelona.
H.
Haaland, Man City.
Oh my God. I.
Isaac, Newcastle.
J.
Jamal Musiala, Bayern Munich.
K.
Kelvin De Bruyne, Man City.
L.
Lionel Messi, greatest of all time, Inter Miami.
That is good. M.
Martinelli, Arsenal.
N.
Nwaneri, Arsenal.
O.
Osimhen, Galatasaray.
P.
Pedro Neto, Chelsea.
Q.
Kwasan, Liverpool.
R.
Ronaldo, Al Nassr.
S.
Saka, my love, my greatest. Arsenal. T. Trossard, Arsenal.
U.
Ugarte, Manchester United.
V.
Van Dijk, Liverpool.
W.
W1 Bissaka, West Ham.
X.
Xhaka, Bayern Leverkusen.
Y.
Yamal, Barcelona.
Z.
Zubimendi, Real Sociedad.
Who is the best African player of all time, in your opinion?
Of all time, I'll be biased and I'll go for Abedi Pele. I have other choices, but I'll go for Abedi Elias, Ghanaian connection. Yes.
The best African player of all time is Essien.
I'm gonna split some hairs now. It's gotta be Yaya Toure.
Is it?
It has to be for what he did in the Premier League. I know a lot of people are gonna be cussing me here. The dominance that he's shown in the Premier League and for Ivory Coast. Yeah.
For me, the greatest player of all time is Yaya Toure. He's the best midfielder. Him and Abu Treika from Egypt. What he's done with Manchester City was amazing during 4 years and didn't get one time best Premier League player. It's sad, but for me, he's the best player.
Mine is Mohamed Salah because I am Egyptian. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but what he's done in the Premier League is remarkable. I don't think in my lifetime I'll see another Egyptian player ever achieve that, so I've got to show him love.
I'll say Samuel Eto'o. Achievements for club, achievement for country, individual achievements as well.
I think I will agree with him. He was a brilliant player, exciting to watch as well, putting Africa on the map worldwide.
Ronaldinho.
Who's the best player you've ever played with?
Christian.
Who's the best Chelsea player in Premier League history?
There's too many legends. There's quite a few players I could choose, but just for the game, I repeat, just for the game, I would probably go for Didier Drogba.
Who is the most skillful player that you've seen play?
Neymar.
Who has been your favourite winger to watch in the Premier League?
I'll probably say Eden Hazard.
Who's the best dribbler in Premier League history?
If I had to choose one, Thierry Henry.
Who's the first teammate you'd want on your team during training?
Cole Palmer.
Who's the hardest defender you've played against?
Kyle Walker.
Cristiano Ronaldo or Ronaldinho?
I would have to say Cristiano just because of how much he's won in the game.
Neymar or Didier Drogba?
Neymar.
Thierry Henry or Eden Hazard?
Thierry.
Kyle Walker or Cole Palmer?
Cole Palmer.
Cristiano Ronaldo or Neymar?
Cristiano.
Thierry Henry or Cole Palmer?
Thierry.
Cristiano Ronaldo or Thierry Henry?
Cristiano.
Who was your idol growing up?
Ronaldinho.
Who's the best player you've ever played with?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who's the best Chelsea player in Premier League history?
There's too many legends. There's quite a few players I could choose, but just for the game, I repeat, just for the game, I would probably go for Didier Drogba.
Who is the most skillful player that you've seen play?
Neymar.
Who has been your favourite winger to watch in the Premier League?
I'll probably say Eden Hazard.
Who's the best dribbler in Premier League history?
If I had to choose one, Thierry Henry.
Who's the first teammate you'd want on your team during training?
Cole Palmer.
Who's the hardest defender you've played against?
Kyle Walker.
Cristiano Ronaldo or Ronaldinho?
I would have to say Cristiano just because of how much he's won in the game.
Neymar or Didier Drogba?
Neymar.
Thierry Henry or Eden Hazard?
Thierry.
Kyle Walker.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Anybody want to go with Ronaldo? Okay, so let's talk about the Champions League game played yesterday, the fixtures, and also the games we played later today, and what unfolded yesterday. Lookman scored. I celebrated him very well. But let's give you that result. Let's start up with that one before we let you know the news about Victor Osimhen. So this is the game played yesterday. So you could see Atalanta 5-0 to Storm Graz, Monaco 1-0 to Aston Villa, and why getting it off? All right, let's talk about the Europa League as well. Also, we have that one in the Europa League where, you know, Victor Osimhen's side also got a draw yesterday. Now, Atletico Madrid, they are costing 2-1. Benfica, Barcelona. Barcelona got it right, 5-4. It ended Bologna. Okay. And, all right. Okay, so Victor Osimhen's story now. Victor Osimhen was on target as Galatasaray and Dynamo Kiev battled for a 3-3 draw in the Champions League game clash on Tuesday. Osimhen scored Galatasaray second goal in that very game in the 53rd minute. The 26-year-old has now scored 4 goals in 5 appearances for Okan Burak's side. In the competition, the Nigerian international was in action for the entire duration of the game. Davidson Sanchez and also Abdul Karim Abudaki scored the other goals for the home team. Andrei Yarmolenko brace was enough to get that side with a draw. Henry, if I still have you here, even though, let's talk this quickly. Victor Osimhen scoring yesterday, and then they drew yesterday. And before then, we saw what happened against the Dynamo during the course of the week, where they should have won that game, and they dropped point. They lost. Osimhen was furious. He went into the dressing room, the changing room, I like to call the locker room, and he was so angry with the rest of the players, like, you're not giving me this balls. And yesterday again, they were up 3-2 ahead, and later drew that game to Dynamo Kiev with the biggest odds in that very match. What's your making on that game?
Based on yesterday's game, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, if you check back, Galatasaray for the past 3 matches have ended with draws. Look, yesterday, I'm happy that Victor got his goal. However, I feel like it was 2 points dropped for Galatasaray.
Yeah.
Because they were leading with 2-0. And by the time you knew it, it was 2-2. Good thing that anyway, I feel like any ball you give to Victor from the sports, there's a big chance that he'll convert it. Now, see, one of the things I've noticed in Galatasaray's game is that they don't supply him the ball enough.
People are saying that. Is that true?
See, it is true. It's true, because you can also you would also see that Victor also feels the same way. Victor Osimhen feels the same way from the last match. Yeah, you saw how angry he was. He knows that when you give him the ball, that he will be able to utilize it better. But see, anyway, yeah, there are some teams in Europe, and from the team I fan, I know that we have a good striker, but sometimes it's a dead shift. You're just running back and forward, and you never get the ball. And that's, to me, that I feel like that's what Victor Osimhen is doing right now. But see, great start for him too. 4 goals in 5 appearances is not easy.
Okay,
it's not easy.
Let's talk this one now. The AFCON one is still out, but Egypt in the story, Mo Salah in the news as well. Borussia Dortmund legend Mohamed Zidane says Egypt will be relying on Liverpool Mo Salah, to lead them to the glory again in the 2025 AFCON coming up very soon. Recall that the North Africans are the most successful team in the competition history, having won the tournament a record 7 times since its inception in 1957. However, the titles has eluded them in the last 7 editions, with their most recent triumph coming in Angola 2010 when they defeated Ghana 1-0 in the tightly contested final, decided by Ghetto's late strike. Speaking with reports, newsman Zidane said that with Salah, Egypt has a big chance of lifting the trophy in Morocco. He said Salah has already accomplished so much. He's won the Champions League, the Premier League, he's been Premier League Player of the Year, and was the top scorer. We truly hope he can now lead Egypt to victory in the African Cup of Nations. I truly hope so. I sincerely wish Egypt can reclaim the AFCON tournament in this time around. But you need to know the man who is talking also won the Nations Cup 3 times like in a row, 2006, 2008, and 2010. His name is Zidane. Henry, looking at Mo Salah, someone said to me, if Salah continues this way, because truth be told, at this point in time, you cannot say no. Liverpool are the best club in the world now. If you want to go by form, by rankings, being on top of the log in the league, in the Champions League format, any team you want to talk about league football, they are on top. They got it right yesterday against Leo 2-1. So you talk about Mo Salah, you're talking about Liverpool, you're talking about the Egyptian side. Salah, can Egypt win the AFCON? Are they threats? Because you rarely call them. You said you're scared of Egypt.
See, Egypt is a threat. Now, the thing, is that when we are talking of them as a threat, we actually need to consider who are they a threat to, because I feel like if they jam Nigeria, if they meet Nigeria, they will flog Nigeria.
Really?
So that's what I feel. But that's my opinion. Now, let me just state it categorically. That is my opinion. I feel like the Egyptian side is better. Is better run than the Nigerian side. And see, Mo Salah already in the World Cup qualifiers. I think he has about 5 goals now. And there's one thing, that I feel we are missing out in our Super Eagles, which is a quality that Mo Salah has, is that leadership trait, that leadership quality. I feel like in our Super Eagles, we do not have someone who is able to galvanize the team as Mo Salah. You see that every player in that Egyptian side wants to rally around Mo Salah. Everybody wants to see, like what we saw during the break, the Egyptian lady, when they ask who is the best player ever,
right?
African best. She said Mo Salah because she is Egyptian.
Yes.
You see, everybody, the entire nation wants to rally around him because they feel like he is world class. He has that talent to lead the Egyptian side to Morocco 2025.
But Henry, I thought they said if you're in your 30s, you're out of the game. How come Salah is still? I mean, Liverpool wants to give him a new contract. He's not leaving anytime soon. What's going on? What about Salah?
See, we cannot say if you're in your 30s, you're past your prime.
No, we know we think football used to be so. I'm just saying. 30s.
See, if injury does not ruin your career, before you're 30, most players, once they hit 30, that's when they start hitting their prime. Now, I'm going to give you a typical example of Muna no Kimi. It's my guy, Harry Maguire.
Okay.
See, a few years ago, Maguire was, there are memes all over the internet. Go and check it out.
Yeah.
Everybody's criticizing Maguire. How old is Maguire? And I think he's 31 or 32. And you see that those mistakes that he made before, most of them, he doesn't make them anymore. His game has completely changed. Even the same thing with Mo Salah now. Mo Salah has played for Roma. When he was playing for Roma, even when he played for Chelsea, nobody would have envisioned that the Mo Salah we see today would be the Mo Salah that played for Chelsea.
Yeah.
So most players, once they hit that age, they've already learned. They've learned from that mistake that they made while they were in 20s, and now they are using it to improve their games. And I'm not saying that this happens to every player, so it does not happen to every player, but there are players who get sense, know how to run now.
Okay, so Maguire, you just referenced Maguire, 31, no wala. Okay, so let's talk about Taiwo Awoniyi. Super Eagles forward Taiwo Awoniyi could be on the move, as reports suggested that he's open to leaving Nottingham Forest amid increasing uncertainty about his role at the club. Awoniyi has been at the Forest side, and then he's not really doing well. It's not really, that's the word, he's not doing well. However, a series of injury setbacks have been expected. You know, he's just been on and off. He's not being consistent in the game. But let's talk about Taiwo Awoniyi because he's our own very man. This has limited the Nigerian striker just to 1 goal in 17 appearances so far in the 2024-25 season. Meanwhile, New Zealand international Chris Woods has emerged as the preferred striker for manager Nuno Espirito Santo. And the recent of them all, reports suggest that Nottingham Forest, they are actively pursuing Brentford forward the Congolese Yohan Wissa in the January transfer window to bolster the attacking option. And with this man coming, West Ham are also reportedly showing interest in wanting to bring in Taiwo Awoniyi. What has happened to Taiwo in a short while? What's going on with Taiwo? Well, he needs to leave actually, though.
I feel like he needs to make the move, yeah. But if you ask me what has happened to him, I would just say it's the injuries.
The injuries, right?
It's just it's the injuries. It's happening more often, and I don't know what the health department is doing, though, because every time you see these European clubs telling African teams when they go for internationals that they have bad health care or whatever. But we see their players, like Taiwo Awoniyi going to injury multiple times in the season. This is impacting his consistency on the pitch. The Taiwo Awoniyi that we saw last season is not the Taiwo Awoniyi that we are seeing now. And Nottingham Forest need to they need to actually look into what's going on with him. However, Kizzy, yeah, right. I feel like for him to move to West Ham would be a very good move for him, especially considering the fact that Mikel Antonio is out injured.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, at this point. So it will be a very good move for him. He will get game time. He will be able to even for recovery self. Right now, if he's fit, he'll be able to play more games, and that will help him. That will also help with his injury, you know. That's what I think.
All right, so Henry, let me ask you this question. Nigerian Football Federation, have you ever believed in the NFF? As in any point in time, have you ever believed in the NFF?
I believed in them last week, oh. Maybe
just
last week I'll believe in them again.
Wait, what did you say?
I believed in them last week.
But now?
Let's see now. Who knows? See, I'm trusting that the NFF is turning a new leaf. That's why I'm always going to criticize NFF if they do something wrong. But if they correct it, I will still come back here and tell them, NFF, you've done a good job. All right, so that's my stance.
That's the football development. NFF begins construction of hostels and world-class pitches. Don't come after me. It's not me. They said world-class pitches. This project, initiated by the NFF, Ibrahim Gusau, the president, aims to provide top-notch facilities for the under-15, under-17, under-20 boys and girls national team. The Nigerian Football Federation NFF has commenced the construction of a hostel and a standout football pitch as part of its effort to develop football at the grassroots level. Moving on, this project, initiated by NFF President Ibrahim Gusau, aims to provide top-notch facilities for the under-15, under-17 and under-20 boys and girls respectively. A visit to the site by some sport correspondent on Tuesday afternoon revealed that work is underway with bulldozers clearing the land and removing major obstacles, clearing the way so that this can go on well. We should have brought you the land so you can see the picture for yourself in that very one. So it's just on the way. But according to General Secretary of the NFF, Dr. Mohammed Sanusi, The project is focused on technical development of Nigerian players, and work has started on the project, which will be completed very soon. Sanusi pointed out that the NFF is committed to reshaping Nigerian football development through investment in infrastructure and programs. The new infrastructure will feature state-of-the-art playing surface and hostels for all youth teams within Package B of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. Additionally, the existing FIFA Goal project will undergo renovations, including the change of playing surface of the male and the female youth teams. I thought we should have brought you that land. Make sure. And also, Guzau has promised to upgrade Nigeria's football infrastructure to match the top African countries like Morocco, which boasts over 20 international stadiums, 200 synthetic top fields, and 5 regional training centers. The NFF is determined to bridge this gap and provide Nigerian players with world-class facilities and to aid their development. Henry, the people you say you believe just last week, they are something very new and something very good. I don't know, when I was bringing this out, when I say world-class, it just, my mind skips a beat. I'll be like, world-class? It wasn't long they told us about world-class manager, but this is Eric Chelle. No disrespect. So this project, are you a fan of this one? I'm liking it anyways.
No, see, I like the fact that they've taken the initiative. See, you know where this thing is funny me, yeah, is that so they have finally realized that we don't have world-class facilities.
Okay.
They have finally realized it and they want to do something about it. Now, thank God you mentioned it, because it was the first thing that came into my mind when you read out the news headline. Yeah,
right.
Is that for the fact that they are going to Morocco, I hope that they will use their eyes and see what class facilities look like. That's just it's not the one that they will start a project and it will take 45 years for them to finish hostels. That's just that. And yeah, another thing, yeah, let me just put it out there for the NFF. Please keep the receipts of what you're doing. Nigerians want to see how much you spend on these facilities you're building. It's not tomorrow now. NFF will come out and tell us that we have spent 300 billion to build hostels for under 17, under 20 players. We need the NFF. We need transparency in the NFF. I love the fact that they are turning a new leaf. No doubt, I love it. But please, we would also like transparency to be part of this your new leaf. We don't want to hear stories tomorrow. But okay. I commend them for the project. Commend them for the project. I'm just criticizing them gainfully or meaningfully in a way that they can use it, you know.
Okay, so
this is a nice project.
Yeah, while you're still giving them some credit, Henry, there's another one out here. NFF president also revealing, plans to develop Nigerian referees. This is a good development. I must tell you, president of the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa has shared his plans to improve the country's domestic football league with a special focus on developing referees. Speaking about the NFF progress, Kuso said, "We've worked on creating policies to improve our domestic league. It took time to overcome the problems that affected its proper organization, but it was necessary. One of the key changes have been addressing long-standing issues with match officials, such as delayed payments and lack of proper training." Gusau emphasized that the important role of referees play an ensuring role in the league and just credible. But now, to improve the situation, the NFF has started training programs and brought in a new talent, including 12 referees under the age of 20, and are now officiating in the Premier League, that's MPFL. Moving on in the same story, Gusau praised their work, saying no complaints have been made about the young referees. He added, "We must support our youth, as this is the only way to address the concern of Nigerians that has been out there." The NFF is also focused on improving Nigerian presence at international level. Gusau expressed disappointment that only one Nigerian referee has been selected for the upcoming CHAN tournament. So bad. Blaming the lack of preparation, however, he is hopeful that the inclusion of young referees in the league will hold and help strengthen Nigerian position in global footballing officiating in the future. Henry, let's say it right. It's not the first time we've seen this. I recall during the Nations Cup, they just concluded the one in Ivory Coast, 2023. Right. I was struggling. I was looking at the list. I was on radio and I was announcing it to the people that outside, and I did not see any Nigerian referee. Guess what? I saw Somalia. I saw Sao Tome and Principe. I mean, not even the VAR check, assistant referee, none of these guys were involved. Now, the recent of them now is the CHAN, coming up very soon. We are past just one referee in the African Charles. Nigeria just provided just one. So, I don't know. I must commend the NFL for this, but I don't know how long this project will go. What is about the age, 20 years? What about the age?
The thing is, I feel like NFL wants to start developing that from the youth.
Okay.
They want to bring up young referees. Now, excuse me. See, on the world stage, we have had a mixed experience with referees, with Nigerian referees. See, FIFA approved 30 Nigerian referees for international duty in 2024. Yeah. But for CAF excluded Nigerian referees from its latest professional list. They are not Nigerian referees. So I will commend NFF. I would like I stated before. If NFF do something good, I will tell them say them do something good. Please, NFF, please. This is I'm pleading with you guys now, because this is not to bring us national disgrace, international disgrace, in fact.
Okay.
To be honest, you guys need to look into the conduct of your referees, into the professionalism of your referees.
That's why they're taking this program.
Exactly. How we go get referees from Somalia, referees from Rwanda, but Giant of Africa, one no day.
You don't still talk again. If I ask you, Giants of Africa again, you said it, but no problem. We are Giants of Africa, no problem. Egypt is the champions. Egypt is the champion in Africa. Giants of Africa in sports, for me, I do not agree. In sports, in football.
No, not before sports now, but
generally. Okay. Let me take that from you, but we should be wrapping up the show quickly. Some of these comments are saying, Michael Jude is saying, Kizike, person when no person. They say too much talk, the fool basket. That's a comment from that man. And he said, but your own, the full rich grand. And he said, bro, keep it up. We love your work. Thank you so much, Michael Jude. And also, Ozoma Okeke is saying, what's the update about Victor Osimhen? Is he joining Chelsea? Is he signing for Chelsea? No, he's not joining Chelsea for now. No, there's no talk about that. Osimhen happens to remain at Galatasaray. At this point, Chelsea are really keen on strikers. And at this point, Matis Tea, he's 19, plays for Bayern Munich. And also, Christopher Nkunku, there's the swap deal that we should have seen before now. But then, on that part, Nicolas Jackson remains Chelsea's priority and is the number one man at this point. So, Osimhen to Chelsea for now? No. Enzo Maresca is working on something very different. So, Osimhen is out of the picture. Going to Napoli back? No. So, maybe he just would continue till the end of the season. Then we see what happens there in Turkey. But quickly wrapping up the show, let's leave you some top stories as it unfolds. Liverpool will struggle to replace Mo Salah, and that's coming from the legend of the game, the top scorer in the Premier League. His name is Alan Shearer. And also on the top stories, we have this one to bring to you. La Liga ES Sports, I have no plans to quit Real Madrid. Carlo Ancelotti has said he stays back with them. He's not going anywhere. And also, before we bring you the Champions League pictures of that one for the games we play today, please get glued to your TV. Napoli should sign Lookman ahead of Alejandro Garnacho, and that's coming from Cassano. The games that we play today, the Champions League, do we have it out so we can talk? All right. Henry, I need to let you go now, and we need to go. We have the media news coming up. Henry, thank you so much for doing this for me.
Thank you, Casey, for always inviting me.
Yeah, I hope I can go back to this and watch it and be happy. Thank you so much, Henry. Save, man. All right, so this is where we'll call it a close on the show. My name is Kizike. I remain the only football player without a jersey. I'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Nigerian time.